What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about things you should look out for when buying an EcoBoost Mustang. If you've never seen any of our videos, we do a bit of car reviews and pretty much a bit of everything that's car related. To be completely honest with you, I bought this GoPro a little while ago and I've never really used it. So today I said, let's go out and ditch the big camera and ditch the microphones and ditch everything and just put this thing on my head and get filming. So 95% of these cars are American specs, and American specs means this car was crashed in the US and then it was brought here and fixed and sold by a dealer or a private owner. It is the EcoBoost Premium, as you'll see, the nice screen and the leather seats and all that stuff. But obviously the car now is in terrible condition because I've had it for a very long time. And a little more information about the car for those of you who aren't very familiar with it. This is the EcoBoost Mustang again. It is a 2.3 liter inline 4 engine that makes 310 horsepower. It is turbocharged. I've got the 6-speed automatic transmission, and of course it is rear wheel drive. The first thing I want you to worry about is oil leaks. There is a very simple way to do this. You just gotta come to this side, take a look, and make sure there is no wetness. And from the looks of things, it looks like I am leaking a little bit of something, but we're gonna ignore that and move on. I mean, just say the car is sweating. It is 45 degrees. That is Celsius, of course. Oil leaks. Make sure your car isn't leaking oil. People, like, I don't know, when you go out and buy a car, I mean, the first thing you have to do is pop the hood, take a look under. You know, if I'm selling this car and you come and you see this, you have to run away. You can't be like, oh, maybe it's just a bit dirty. And yes, it is a bit dirty, but okay, I don't know why I just said what I said. But anyways, check the other side as well. Look down low, touch the belts, make sure nothing is loose. The second thing you have to worry about, since we're at it, look at this. I have been trying to fix this for 5 years and it just doesn't want to get fixed. I've been everywhere. I've went to everybody. They stick it with something, it stays, and then it comes back out again. And look at this. I don't know why. I mean, again, I do live in a very hot country and it is extremely hot. But yeah, body panels are always breaking apart, paint is always coming off. And just to show you a bit more, I mean, thank God the car is dirty, because there are a lot of things that are wrong with this car. We just had this fender repainted because it looked sun damaged. Then there's this. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I don't know what that is, from what, how. What else? This is a bit loose as well. I mean, it is an old car, I'm not gonna lie, but... And look at this. Something came loose here as well. Then there's this scratch that I don't know where this came from. So yeah, things keep showing up on this car on a daily basis. Every single time I go out and I look at the car, there's something new that's wrong with it, or something new that wasn't there the day before. So yeah, make sure you inspect the car fully, all the way from the front. I mean, look at this. I've just discovered this as well. I mean, it only makes sense that it's coming off from here, but that's awful. Beyond that, inspect the car fully, all the way from the front to the back. And the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is, look at this. This is called Godard, I think, whatever it was. This is called Transforce, right? 300, Transforce 300. Obviously all Chinese. Here I'm assuming we're gonna have the Transforce as well. Oh wait, this is Godard as well. So the front left and the back, yeah, the front right and the back right, and then the back left is the same tire brand, and then the front left is something called Altenzo. Again, these are all Chinese, but they are different, and unfortunately a lot of cars in this country are like this. And specifically when it comes to EcoBoost Mustangs, people just tend to always put on different tires. I'm guilty of that too, but I did have an emergency a few months ago where I popped all 3 tires at 5 a.m. and I had to be at the embassy at 7, so I had to call somebody to just come put anything on the car so I could get going and do my thing. And I obviously never got around to changing all 4 tires. There is one thing I want to talk to you guys about: the AC. The AC has been my biggest enemy for the past 5 years. I can't even tell you how many times the AC of this car decided to break down on me. Whether it's the AC motor, whether it's the condenser. The most recent thing I had break down on me was the condenser. And to be completely honest with you, it is a terrible thing. Instead of buying original, I decided to go Chinese and you should never buy anything Chinese for your car. Their stuff doesn't really work. Their stuff isn't very effective. And most of all, yeah, it is cheap, but it doesn't work. That's why it's cheap. It's gonna break down, and it's not gonna be very effective. Now the AC works only when I'm driving the car, if I'm stopped at a traffic light or stopped in traffic, because nowadays, obviously there's a lot of tourism and the country is becoming overpopulated very quickly, so it's kind of become a thing now. You're always stopped in traffic. You're never really flowing freely. You're always having to stop and all these things, especially in the heat like this. I mean, today, driving to here, I was in a bit of traffic coming out of the place where I live, and I started sweating. It was boiling. It was like 45 degrees inside of the car. The condenser is just pretty much spitting fire and humidity at me, so it's kind of sad. So it is going to break whether it's original or Chinese, but the original will keep working a lot more effectively until it doesn't work. And on the other hand, the Chinese is not going to work effectively for as long as it lives for, which I'm assuming isn't really that long. The AC motor broke down, I think, 4 times. Chinese once, Chinese the second time, Chinese the third time. By the 4th time, I've learned my lesson. I went somewhere that apparently sells original stuff, put it on there, stopped working after 6-7 months, went back to the dealership this time, and they said, oh, this will never happen again. You should never buy anything fake. And guess what? It broke down as well. So but then I went back to the dealership again, and then we got it changed, and thankfully for the last, I would say, year, it's been fine. So, but you are going to face issues with the AC. It is the only inevitable thing when it comes to this car. I hear a lot of people saying the turbo is going to end up failing and stuff like that. I believe it's a bit more related to tuning your car and doing performance related upgrades. If you keep your car stock, I don't see why the turbo would blow up. Again, I've had this car for a very, very long time. I have been driving it like I own it. Never, ever, ever had an issue with the turbos. Never felt like something is wrong when it comes to that. I'm not trying to scare you and push you away from the car. These cars are truly amazing. They're affordable, they're good looking, they're a fun time, they're cheap to fix, they're easy to drive. It's not a lot of power to the point where if it's your first car, it's intimidating, or if you're somebody older looking for something that they could enjoy, it's not a hassle, it's not too much, it's not too noisy. It's the perfect middle between the GT and nothing. Let's head inside of the car and talk some more about some more things. So here we are. Let's hope the AC works. Come on. Nothing. Okay, so it is blowing cold air for now, thankfully, so we'll take advantage of that. Anyways, the car has got 75,000 miles, which is 121,000 kilometers, which is what we use here. I just changed it for you guys because I know most of our viewers are from the United States. Do 17.8 miles per gallon, which I don't think is that bad based on the way that I drive. And please do excuse me if it's a little messy. This is my girlfriend's doing, not mine. Another thing you should know is visibility out of this car is not really the best in the world. And for the infotainment system, the sync screen is very nice. I mean, it's very responsive, it's very good, but every now and then it's just gonna shut off and not want to work. So you're gonna start panicking. Oh my god, how much is this gonna cost? I'm gonna have to replace it. No, you don't have to. It's just, you just have to close the car, get out, and come back and hope it's feeling better, and then it's gonna start working. Take the car out for a test drive. Please don't be that guy who buys a car without test driving it. And if the person you're speaking to isn't 100% transparent on you taking the car out and the car being a, you know, fit to drive car, leave. Don't speak to that person again. It's not worth it. There's nothing called, oh man, I don't know, like people came and no one is buying, everybody. That's not my problem. I'm gonna test drive the car because I'm spending money on the car. I'm paying for it. So you have every right in the world to take the car out, put it in sport, drive it around, obviously within respectful limits, but at the same time, like, you gotta test out the car. You can't just buy it based on the word of another human being, because these are famous last words. Oh, I trust what he said. So that's one thing. Test drive the car. Here's one more thing you want to look out for is service history. This is my aviation medical, should not be here, but you see all this, there's a lot of paper in there. This is everything I have ever done to this car. It all gets put there. So if somebody wants to buy this car at some point, here's everything, check it out. And I feel like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Service history. So try to find out as much as you can service history about the car. If you are in the UAE and by the way, since we're talking about that, if you are in the UAE and you're buying a car that is American spec, all you have to do is go to this right here. You put it into Google and the pictures of the car when it had the accident will show up. And it is as simple as that. So don't go up to the owner and be like, oh, was this car in an accident? Don't do that. Just straight away go for this. The car that you are buying has definitely been involved in an accident if it is American spec. So as you can see, the car is a normal drive mode and you're just going to be driving and you want to just step on it. You see, there's a bit of a push. There's a bit of life in the car. I'm not hearing anything weird. I've maintained this car on time every single time. I like to go in early, get the oil changed, oil filters changed, change my brake pads when I need to, change my brake discs when I have to, change everything when it's time for it to be changed, because that is obviously the right thing to do. Don't sit here and take your car to service 3,000-4,000 kilometers overdue or 1,000-2,000 miles over, because that is going to result in your car breaking down. You can drive it however you like. Cars are made to be driven, and I hate people who come out and say, no, it's too hot, don't go over 2,000 RPM, because it's what is a machine. This is not a human being. Again, do be mindful, of course. Don't be throwing the car around in 5,000-6,000 RPM 24/7. But if you feel like getting on it, you can get on it at any time, at any temperature. I mean, if we go to gauge mode here, and I've been driving it around a little bit, trans temp is 90, which is right about where it should be. Oil temperature is normal, oil pressure is normal, cylinder head temperature is 83 degrees Celsius. That is low. Usually I'm at 100, 105. So 83, and the car is, as you can see, it's hot. It's not like I started driving now. I've been driving around for like 15 minutes, and it's fine. Do your service on time. Do it right. Don't cheap out, and your car will be perfect. There will be nothing wrong with it. And yeah, just to summarize all the things we've spoken about, make sure no oil leaks, make sure tires are good and they're all the same. Generally, obviously, as you are buying any other car, make sure the brakes are good and your service was done when it had to be done. All these bibs and bobs. As you've just seen, this car's got 75,000 miles on it. All the temperatures are good. Everything's operating the way that it should be. So, you know, if it's something that you want, it's definitely a good decision. And it's definitely something that you would want us going on here. Anyways, the EcoBoost Mustang is a lovely, lovely car. It is something that you can count on. It is something that you know will always be there and will always be ready. It's not like any of these other cars, once they hit 50-60,000 miles, they start acting up. And it looks good, and it drives well, and I don't know, everything about this car is good. I really like it. So if you are looking to get yourself one, go ahead and do so. Just be mindful of the things I shared with you, because to be completely honest with you, these are the things that I've had issues with. Some people have other issues, some people don't have issues. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do have any questions about the EcoBoost Mustang, please comment down below or get in touch with us on Instagram. I reply all the time straight away, so just don't think that, you know, I'm gonna ignore you or whatever, because it's not like that at all. So please, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask us. And if you are new here, check out the other videos that we have. We have some nice videos, I would say. So if you like cars, I mean, check out the videos and all that fun stuff people say you should do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.